There's the backdrop. I don't know if y'all can see the skyline of the city there in the back. Another day, another dollar. All about that moolah, that money and that power, I guess. Want to have a couple words out there. It's Black Swan, man, Rondell. Just got finished with a couple gigs in the flood business, so I'm looking forward to next week. Going to Madrid, Spain, and check out Madrid, see what the culture is like in that region. I've been to Palma, Spain, about 11 years ago, 12 years ago, probably even more than that, about 14 years ago, really. But Palma, Spain was really nice, really nice. I remember getting some mopeds, going to see the sights. Probably do something like that again this time, but I look forward to it. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk about, something about the brothers, young brothers, looking to travel, look to explore the world. Like I said, I go by Black Swan because Black Swans are very rare, It's very rare that you see one in real life. I seen one in Puerto Rico. That's about it. Maybe the zoo. But it's also a saying about the black swan. You know what I mean? It's something that it was a saying. That it was. People didn't even think it really was exist, but it was something that people kind of it was almost a mythological creature until you see one, right? Then when you see it. Then in retrospect, it was something that was mythological until you seen it. See what I'm saying? It's something that was surreal, you know what I mean? So as an African American abroad, we're kind of like the same thing. It's very rare, once you go to some different types of regions, these people don't have a lot of interaction with African Americans. I even went, when I went to Brazil, or wherever, really, you know what I'm saying? It's a very rare thing. It's a very, for these people. I mean, even in Brazil, it's probably more frequent than in other places. When we went to Rome, I took a picture of the line coming in front and behind me, and just a second here. Let me close this. But it was a very, it's just a very rare experience for a lot of people is what I'm trying to say, okay? And so we have to think about this on different levels, you see what I'm saying? So on one level, we're ambassadors, you know what I mean? Which is very important to understand because, if we have a bad experience or we create a bad experience, then they're going to associate that bad experience with the next African American because they don't have a lot of interaction with African American people. You see what I'm saying? And I'm talking about even Africans. I'm talking about the people, whether you're in Italy, the people in Italy is that situation. It could be an Indian man in Italy, you know what I'm saying? That's the situation. But you just notice that these people, on one hand, they're very, very, apt to have conversation with you. They want to talk about politics. They like to talk about our perspective uniquely because, they don't really get to meet someone that, that they can really just candidly talk to, or, you know what I mean? Maybe they only have, interactions or, with images on TV, which is unfortunate, you know what I mean? So, it's a gift and a curse, but there's a lot of gifts in it, you know what I mean? There's a lot of good in that. And so, I see a lot of brothers. There's a group, like I said, that's telling the young brothers to go abroad, and I really like that. I support that group. But you know, it's kind of narrow in my perspective. I think that, you know, they stick with the beach scene most likely, most often. You know, they you know, it's primarily, you know, Brazil, Copacabana. Whereas, you know, I think that we need to inspire brothers to go a little bit more beyond. If you only go from the United States and then you go to Copacabana, you're gonna fall in love with Copacabana, and you know it's gonna have a spell on you. You're gonna only want to go to Copacabana, you know what I'm saying, over and over and over again, because you know it's that stimulating, I guess. You know what I'm saying, just on a lot of different levels. You know what I'm saying. So you know, but Brazil is beautiful. It's a lot to do in Brazil. You know, like I said, the people in Brazil is the most staple thing, but the people in Europe are very kind. The people in the Caribbean are very kind. The people in Africa here are just very kind and very welcoming. So, you know, we don't want to fall in love with just one place. We want to encourage and do events with brothers in different places because, like I said, a lot of brothers too will get, you know what I'm saying, like I said, you know, you do find women abroad to have a different disposition than the women here in the United States. Okay, they have a different cultural upbringing. They have a different upbringing, therefore they have a different respect towards the man, but they also have a different set of values and a different set of expectations from the man. So it's not just one-sided. Oh, the women are different. The women are different. Yeah, they're gonna expect, you know, something that you may not be familiar with from them, and there's a learning curve and there's a cultural thing there. So we want to tell young brothers before you be going down, you know what I'm saying, whoever it is, before you go down and you just say, I'm gonna go to Brazil and I want to find me a Brazilian wife. You know, you got to remember that, you know where, you know, wherever you go, there's different values, there's different expectations. There's still going to be drama no matter where you go, you know what I'm saying? There's still going to be a learning curve. There's still going to be love, you know what I mean? And love it requires trial and tribulations. How do you know someone love you if there's no trial? If you ain't got to go through no struggle. You just, you know what I'm saying? It's easy to love somebody when everything's good, everything positive. But you learn, you know what I'm saying, love by, you know, by action. Is this person there for me when I need them the most? You know, do they encourage me when I'm down? Do they pick me up? You know what I'm saying? Are we in this together? Whatever it is, you see what I'm saying? Love is love, no matter what. It's universal, so it's going to have a give and take. So I just want to say, don't fall in love with the first country you go to. Brazil is very powerful. She's a very beautiful, very captivating, cultivating, majestic. The women, you know what I mean, are definitely very unique. But, you know what I'm saying, you go to France, and you're going, you know what I'm saying, I'm just saying the ladies are just inviting in France. You see what I'm saying? You go to Spain, you know what I mean, you're going to find even Portugal out here. You know what I'm saying, I haven't never been to Portugal yet. But, you know, I'm just saying is that you're going to sign, if you got the right type of character, the right type of disposition, and you know how to talk to ladies, you know how to whatnot, you know what I mean, you're going to do good no matter where in the world you go. You see what I'm saying? You know, we have a good brand about ourselves as far as in the sense of, you know, people associate us with the hip-hop culture. You know, you got a lot of brothers that, you know, represented well in Hollywood. You got the Morris Chestnuts, you got the Denzel Washingtons, the Michael Jordans, the Michael Jacksons, the Mike Tysons, you know what I'm saying? So these worldwide figures, you see what I'm saying, of African American, just even Barack Obama, you see what I'm saying, in the worldview overseas, these people are very staple things. So people associate us with these people because that's just what they know. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to kind of put a couple little things in there. I want to keep it under 10 minutes. But I want y'all to leave your comments or whatever. Let me know what you think. You know what I mean? It's a little soundtrack, a little podcast with a little video there, man. But definitely get your passports. Definitely explore the world. Just don't get stuck on one thing. Peace, love. God bless.